The Conference of the Birds by Farid Attar. Narrated by Matthew Schmitz. Once on a time, from all the circles seven, between the steadfast earth and rolling heaven, the birds, of all note, plumage, and degree, that float in air and roost upon the tree, and they that from the waters snatch their meat, and they that scour the desert with long feet, birds of all natures, known or not to man, flocked from all quarters into full divan, on no less solemn business than to find or choose a sultan caliph of their kind, for whom, if never theirs or lost they pined. The snake had his, 'twas said, and so the beast, his lion lord, and man had his, at least, and that the birds who nearest were the skies, and went apparelled in its angel dyes, should be without under no better law than that which lost all other in the maw, dispersed without a bond of union, nay, or meeting to make each other's prey. This was the grievance, this solemn thing, on which the scattered commonwealth of wing, from all the four winds flying like to cloud, that met in blackened heaven and thunder loud, with sound of whirring wings and beaks that clashed, down like a torrent on the desert dashed, till by degrees the hubbub and pell-mell into some order and precedence fell, and some proclamation made of silence each, in special accent but in general speech, that all should understand, as seemed him best, the congregation of all wings addressed. And first, with heart so full as from his eyes ran weeping, uprose Tajidar the wise, the mystic mark upon whose bosom showed that he alone of all the birds the road had travelled, and the crown upon his head had reached the goal, and he stood forth and said, "O birds, by what authority divine, I speak, you know, by his authentic sign, and name emblazoned on my breast and bill, whose counsel I assist at and fulfill. At his behest I measured, as he planned, the spaces of the air and sea and land. I gauged the secret sources of the springs, from cloud to fish, the shadow of my wings, dreamed over sleeping deluge piloted, the blast that bore Sulayman's throne and led the cloud of birds that canopied his head, whose word I brought to Balkis, and I
Sample complete. Ready to continue?